Hey Redemption family, Alex here with Buggy. Buggy Castro joined our team in December, serving in an interim role as our kidsman director. And so thank you for jumping in during
of course.
our crazy time of COVID and reopening and replanting and all the moving parts. So what we're doing today is I wanted to just hear some of your vision behind Redemption Kidsmen as we reopen, reorient, replant, and move forward. So would you mind just sharing some of that with me, and we'll get this to the church family?
Yeah. Well, as we continue, I would really hope to encourage in our kids a servant's heart in their attitudes. I just think that's a super big part of being a Christian, and I want our kids to know that it's a natural part of being a Jesus follower, is doing what Jesus commands us to do, is to love our neighbors. And I want to help just foster that attitude and develop that muscle just by constantly practicing it and providing opportunities for them to serve, and also training them on how to look for opportunities to serve, and just to see in their city, in their homes, in their schools, where are their needs. God has given everyone, including kids, unique abilities and gifts that they can use to serve those around them, and I'd love for them to really, develop that muscle.
Yeah. So we were on the phone a few weeks ago, and you were sharing some of this vision of raising kids in our church to understand that serving is a normal part of our Christian life.
Right.
Can you talk just a little bit more about that?
About it being normal?
Yeah.
Just being a Christian is looking to love other people, and I want that to not just be like they get to 18 and see service opportunities in their church and go, oh yeah, I don't really want to do that. I just want it to be so natural that it's of course, sign me up for that. I can help with that.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself is a witness to the people in the community, that like to see Christ followers being the hands and feet of Jesus and serving in the city, and and how awesome that is, and the blessing that we receive too is just, it's just so awesome how God uses like his commands to bless us, and just the love and unity that we get from being a part of something bigger than ourselves, and not just focusing on our individual lives, but focusing on us as a collective whole.
Yeah. You were talking yesterday a little bit about when we all went down to serve
in Kent.
And like you were reflecting on some of those experiences, like having our kids involved.
Oh, so neat.
Yeah. Like, what about that day in particular to give like our church family some vision behind just even that time of serving alongside our children?
Yeah.
What about that day stands out?
When we went down to serve with World Relief and just make some space for more garden beds that the refugees had, more places to plant, I went down there with the expectation like we are doing something good for other people, and that's awesome. But I left, and I feel like our family has left with a completely different attitude of just like, wow, we did something awesome together. And it was like team building, and like it just felt like we were a big family. And it was awesome to see our kids working alongside the adults, having the kids see the adults model service, and that it's not something to begrudge, but it was just awesome to just jump in and do it. And then to have them go off and like find their own opportunities. They were sifting soil, which was a nice,
compost.
And a nicer option than digging up blackberry roots. But just it was neat to see everyone in their own gifting and yet working together, and I want that more for our kids.
I do too. I think that's a beautiful vision, especially in a world where we're all quite self-absorbed and selfish just naturally.
And it's easy to do that.
It's easy to do, and so but to raise our kids with the trajectory of just like, I just serve because I follow Jesus.
Because of course I do. Yeah.
To follow Jesus is a life of serving the world around me.
Right.
I love that vision being instilled in our kids from early on. So now as we're reopening, our church is packed every Sunday, and we're like navigating these new challenges as we reopen. What are your needs right now in Redemption Kids?
Yeah. mainly for right now is just in navigating this odd in-between time is I just need help with adults being physically present and helping me in our nursery and in our pre-service. I've got an awesome team right now, but as we're looking to open up more classrooms and having older ages get to have their own Sunday school lessons, I would just love to have some more people on board helping facilitate, just helping or leading, and I can provide all the resources for that and all the training, but I just need some people who are going to be like, I can help in that area.
Can you give a couple of examples, like what would a helper do?
So right now in the kids mini service, I just need help checking in, like welcoming families as they're coming in, getting them signed in and showing them where to go, and then just helping supervise while we're in there. I lead the lesson, so I just need some other people in there, so it's not just me and a bunch of kids.
Just maintaining.
Yes.
Yep.
And then in our nursery, just loving on the babies, playing with them, rocking them if they're getting a little sad, and just letting the parents have some time in the service that they can actually listen to worship. And then as we continue, just to, depending on the age group of the classes, you just follow the curriculum that I'll be providing, and it's not rocket science. It's pretty simple.
Great. Okay. One thing we've been talking about too is whether rocking babies or tending to toddlers and cleaning up goldfish all the way up through elementary school and stuff, is we're encouraging our moms and dads and volunteers and those serving in Redemption Kids to keep a long vision in mind.
You kind of have to when you're working with kids.
Yeah. Like I was born and raised in the church. Like the first Sunday of my life on earth, I was actually in church that week. And a lot of us are the beneficiaries of parents that raised us in the church, and those
sticks with you.
It does, and those hours that those people who were holding us as infants and teaching us all the way up, they were investing in today.
Totally.
They were investing in. They may not have thought of it quite like that. Maybe they did, but God honored their prayers and God honored their work. Here we are now.
How neat is that?
And so I love that reality that as we ask for more people to jump in, to help, to come alongside, facilitate, it's with the long-term vision in mind, not just Sunday to Sunday, but we're raising up disciples that are going to go into the city.
Yeah.
That's the rest of their lives. Right.
It's like big responsibility jobs on a small hour on the Sunday. It's a lot, and it's also not a lot at the same time.
For sure. All right, well, the car alarm's going off outside. I guess we can call it there.
Right.
Yeah. Should we email you if we need any help? Yeah.
Please reach out to me. Text me, email me, come talk to me after church, and
Okay. So it's Buggy@RedemptionSeattle.com.
That's right.
Okay. Thanks, church fam. Thanks, Bug.
Bye.
Great.